Hi there, welcome to week 3, day 5 of our Build Balance Momentum program. Today's posture of the day is reverse plank pose. So you guessed it, it's exactly the opposite of regular plank pose. So instead of your chest facing the mat, it's up facing the ceiling, getting a nice chest opening stretch and a nice leg and hip opener as well. So we'll be starting today's class in a thunderbolt posture. So you can face the front of your mat on your knees, sitting back over your feet. Feel free to grab a block at this time and bolster yourself up if you need to, or a yoga towel or anything to make this posture just a little more comfortable for you. We'll be hanging out here just a little bit at the start of our practice. So again, you can rest your hands on your legs if you'd like, palms towards your legs, or you can have them open to the ceiling, whatever is most comfortable for you. I always like to have them resting on my legs. Think about grounding your tailbone, lengthening it towards the mat. Spine nice and long and strong. And let's just connect with our breath here once more as we begin our practice. So deep inhales through the nose, feeling your abdomen swell with air, and then exhale them out through the nose, fully depleting your diaphragm of air. Try to forget about anything that may be going on during your day. And simply return your breath and your mind, or return your mind towards your breath. When you're ready, I welcome you to clasp your fingers together. Flip your grip so your palms are facing away from you. Exhale as you cat out the spine, rounding out the thoracic spine and the upper back. And inhaling your arms up towards the ceiling. Think about lengthening those shoulder blades, bringing them together, relaxing your shoulders down and back. And let's just do a nice lateral stretch to the left side. So think about keeping your tailbone on the mat, or on your feet, but your hips still nice and square, so we're not lifting that right hip up, we're still keeping it grounded, not straining your neck. Feel free to just kind of rock your neck back and forth in like you're saying no, rocking your chin between both shoulders, getting that nice neck opening. And release back up towards the ceiling. Now let's stretch it over to the other side. Again, rolling out that neck in a nice no pattern. Release it back. Inhale as you lift your bum off the mat, coming into a high kneeling as you release your hands, coming into cactus arms, or what we call goddess arms. Squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening up that chest, keeping your hips over your knees, but getting a nice slight little back bend here. Exhale as you lower down, bringing your elbows together, rounding out that spine, coming into a seated posture. Inhale, rise back up, opening up the chest, goddess arms. Exhale, release back down, elbows together, rounding out the spine, releasing your breath. Inhale, rise back up, slow and controlled. Opening up, goddess arms, squeezing those shoulder blades together, arms nice and wide. Now release your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. really bending into the stretch here, chest towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release, bringing your booty down. Fingers still interlaced behind, coming into almost like a modified child's posture. Feeling that your arms pulled towards the front of the mat. Getting a nice chest opening stretch. When you're ready, you can release your hands to the mat. Gently relax your shoulders here. And take a few breaths. We're going to push the mat away from us and come into high plank posture. And then send our sit bones back into downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out the legs if you need to. Whatever's most comfortable for you at this time. Slight micro bend in the knees here. Torso nice and long. Gaze towards your feet. Inhale, come up into high plank. Roll onto the toes. Bring your elbows out wide. Wrap those triceps in towards your torso. Exhale, chaturanga. Let's go all the way to the mat. Untuck those toes. Press the back of your feet firmly into the mat as we come up into cobra. So inhale, feel like your shoulder blades are squeezing together. Something's pulling your shoulders off the mat. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, keep your head hanging as you inhale up into cobra, bringing your head up towards the top. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, head hanging. Exhale, release back up. Hold here for a few breaths. Core engaged, pressing the back of your feet into the mat. Exhale, release back down. Press your mat away from you as you come back up onto your knees. Tuck those toes. Come back into downward facing dog. This time, ground through your right foot. As you inhale your left foot up and back, hit square only a moment, and then you can open them up, dropping that, or bending that knee, dropping that heel towards your booty. And let's do a couple of hip circles here. Reverse plank requires some nice open hip flexors, so let's just circle them. Feel free to switch sides. Circle the other direction. Good, now pivot onto the outside of your right foot as you bring your shoulder over your right wrist. See if you can come into side plank with your knees still bent. Feel free to take that left hand and kind of push it open if you can. When you're ready, if you feel comfortable, drop that left foot behind your body, keeping that knee nice and bent, and then open up through your chest, pulling your left arm up and over the body. We haven't gotten through to this pose yet, but this is called wild thing posture. Feel a nice stretch. If this isn't too uncomfortable for you, you can rest in high plank or child's pose or even downward facing dog. All right, release, lifting that back leg up. It is a little intense, so I don't blame you if you don't want to do this. Come back up into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just trying to push you out of your limits here, challenge you just a bit more each week. Breathe through the stretch. Exhale, come into plank. Inhale, onto your toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Dropping all the way to the mat this time. Once again, instead of cobra, we are outstretching our left arm. And we're gonna bend that right leg, lift that glute, cross it over the body. Get a nice chest stretch as we pull our right hand, or our right arm, right shoulder back, tenting our right fingertips on the mat, opening up that shoulder, bringing your gaze high. Getting a nice spinal stretch and a nice chest opening stretch. 3 deep breaths here. Release back down. This time just outstretch your right arm to the side. Tense your left fingertips. Bend that left knee. Drop that foot behind the body and really pull that hip open. Open up your left shoulder as well towards the back, towards your backside, and really feel that nice chest opening stretch. One more deep breath here. And release back down. Bring your wrists just under your shoulders. Push yourself up onto your knees. Tuck those toes under. Come back into downward facing dog. And we're going to do our other side. So ground through that left foot. Inhale that right foot up and back. Open up that hip. Drop that foot towards the booty. Bending that knee, opening up those hips. Let's do a couple hip circles here. One direction first. And then the other direction. This time when you're ready, pivot to the outside of your left foot as you bring your right foot or your right hand off the mat. Knees still bent. Use the right hand to kind of open up those hips if you can, pushing the mat away from you with your left hand. Feel like you're pushing all of your weight in the index finger mound between your index finger and your thumb, so you're not dumping in your wrist here. Drop that right foot to the mat if you want to. Inhale, arms up, lengthening through the body, stretching that right arm into wild thing posture. You can keep up onto your right toes if you want. You can flatten your foot. Whichever gets you a little more comfortable in this posture. Alright, inhale, lift that right foot up. Drop your right hand to the mat. Come up into high plank. Back into downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths here to center ourselves. When you're ready, I welcome you to join me in a seated posture with our legs outstretched on the mat. So you can either hop your legs through or gently walk your feet in. I'm going to do a nice little hop here. And dropping my booty down. We're going to come into staff posture, which is just this nice seated posture here. And we're going to prepare ourselves for reverse plank pose. We're going to put our fingers down. Let's scooch back just a little. So just ahead of our hips, right next to our body, but wide enough so that our hips can make it through. We're going to push the mat away, so inhale, spine long. Exhale, use your hands to push, lifting your booty off the mat, and then back down. So inhale, spine long. Lift. This time, let's bend our knees, swinging our butt through, coming up into reverse tabletop posture, pushing our hips up towards the ceiling. And exhale. Come back down, bringing your legs in through, booty still lifted here. Flexing those toes towards our shins. Inhale. Lift up, pushing our hips up towards the ceiling. Feel that opening in the chest happening. And exhale, dropping the booty down, still hovering over the mat. Flexing those feet. Come into L-sit. Inhale, this time one more time. Hips up towards the ceiling.
If you're feeling up for it, you can outstretch your left foot. Let's scooch back so you can see. You can outstretch your left foot, and then your right foot. Push those hips up. A lot of people like to outstretch their feet. I find this highly uncomfortable, but I can't quite get my feet to the mat. So you can either keep your feet flexed, still a great stretch. Otherwise, you can also point your toes, trying to reach your feet towards the mat in this nice reverse plank posture. Hold for 3 breaths. 3, 2, 1. And drop your booty towards the mat. Spine long. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale. Lift, lengthening through the torso. Exhale. Forward fold into your legs. Now let's bring our left foot into our right thigh and exhale into that right leg. Trying to pull your chest in towards your knee, still slight micro bend in that right knee to kind of protect the joint. Inhale, rise up. Let's bring that left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Bring that left arm up and back, or out and back. Inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling, dropping that elbow to the outside of your left knee. And exhale as you open up the chest. Gaze over your left shoulder. Nice spinal twist here. And release. Outstretching your left leg. Taking in your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And gently releasing into the stretch. Forward fold into your left leg. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, release even lower. Rounding out that spine. You'll probably notice one leg is a little tighter than the other. My left leg is definitely tighter than my right leg. Although both of my hamstrings are pretty tight most of the time. No matter how much yoga you do. I do anyway. Inhale, lift back up. Bring that right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Inhale your left arm up and over, bending the elbow, dropping it to the outside of the right knee. Pushing as you exhale, opening up that spine, pulling your right shoulder back, opening up that chest. Being gentle on your spine here. We don't want to be we don't want to be cracking our back or anything. It's just a nice gentle spinal twist. We don't want anything to be uncomfortable. We just want to feel good. Gaze over that right shoulder. And release. Bend both knees, scooch up towards kind of the middle of your mat. Grab your knees and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, lower yourself onto your mat. Come into knee to chest pose. Maybe do a nice spinal rock if you would like. Really squeeze now, bringing that booty even more off the mat. Maybe that lower back coming off the mat. Really hugging your knees towards your chest. And release. Grabbing the outside of your feet with your hands, Pulling those knees in towards your armpits. Come into happy baby pose. Rock back and forth on your spine like a happy little baby. If you listen closely, you may be able to hear my baby, my wiener dog, snoring in the background right now. He gets relaxed when Mama does yoga too. All right, welcome you to stretch out and enter Shavasana, or enter corpse pose for Shavasana now. Dropping your feet towards the mat, relaxing your arms at your sides, and neck nice and relaxed, not scrunched or stretched. Big belly breaths. I want you to do a deep inhale with me here. Hold at the top. And audibly exhale it out of the mouth. Deep inhale. Hold. This time a louder exhale out. One more deep inhale here. Hold. Now an even louder exhale out. Like a fog in a mirror. And release. Allow yourself to return to your normal breathing. Notice any tension that might be in your body, and feel free to exhale it out.